So welcome everyone to round 2 of PAFR Season 5. Today for the Miami Grand Prix after last weekend's crazy race out of Australia. Today before a break week we are coming into the new street circuit of Miami, new track on the F1 22 calendar, new track on the F1 game as well. So we have full grid. I think last race we had 18 drivers. Today we have all the full grid, 20 drivers in the lobby to race today at this street circuit of Miami. And we are going now into qualifying. Of course, here your commentator David commentating for PAFR, supported by SpecCon. But we are now gonna head into qualifying with 17 minutes to go. We have already some drivers that are coming out of the pit lane, already on an out lap. The driver leading the pack, I think, is Cool Guy, who had a horrible race last weekend out of Australia, not making it past lap 1. Had a spinner which ended the race of himself and 2 more drivers, but today he is gonna be looking for redemption. He has shown to have the pace, but is just had a bad race last weekend. Today we will see what place can he put that Alfa Romeo after the race ends. Now warming up his tires for his first flying lap, the championship leader, if I'm not wrong, Miris Mela, is there on the Williams on an out lap as well, but still far to start his first run. We are now gonna go on board with Cool Guy on the first flying lap that is gonna be set on this session. Coming into the main straight, and it's going into 8th gear already. Now coming into turn 1 is gonna go all the way by the outside down, only into 3rd gear, not going lower on gears, into 2nd gear, up into 4th, 5th gear for the fast next corner, which I was struggling with getting a lot of grip into there. He seems to not have an issue with that. 6th gear, 5th gear, now into the next one, fast left-hander, 6th gear. And now he's gonna come into the exit of the first long straight of the track, second DRS zone. He is gonna reach the 330 kilometers per hour into the braking. Now he's gonna go into the tunnel section, as I call it myself. Going all the way by the outside down into 2nd gear. Now he's going lower on gears, and he's gonna stay in 2nd gear for the next corner, getting a good exit, almost snapping a bit the wall there, but keeping it nice and clean and not actually touching it at all. Now into the second long straight and the final straight of this track. And his 2nd gear for Cool Guy into the exit of the final corner. 4th gear quickly up into 5th gear, 6th gear to get good traction out of it. And coming into the line, and it's a 27.9, which I think it's a decent lap. Definitely not the best lap he could be setting, but it's a decent one to start this qualifying session. Bang now goes 2nd fastest, but almost a second slower than Cool Guy. Then comes Arin in P4 now, because there is Freestyle up into 2nd place with a 28.4. Evelsuk into P4, 29.1. Weird goes into 4th place, a 28.9. And Miris Mela, now the championship leader, sets the fastest lap of the session with a 27.7. I said in the previous stream that I thought that pole position was going to be around 27 low or maybe even 26 high. At the moment, it's Miris Mela who has set at 27.7. Oh, and I just caught a spinner there from Eat My Dust into almost the castle section. He still cannot find a way out of there, but he does finally. Not sure if he actually blocked someone on a lap. Mirismela is leading now, followed by Face Pantera, who has also set a good lap there, a 27.8, but it's close between the top three. Freestyler a bit behind from these two, but of course we have Muffin and Paco, who demonstrate to be really fast. And well, I actually discovered that they are reserve drivers. They were not actually Ferrari drivers like I thought last weekend. But this time both taking the Aston Martin team. Not sure if now they are full-time drivers or they are still considered reserves. But well, they definitely had the pace. But we had some Muffin last weekend do a Ferrari real-life strategy and throw away what was an easy win on the bag. Today I guess he will have the pace, but have to find out how the race is gonna go itself. And look at that, BB goes first, passes with a 27.6, but it's not a big gap that separates him from Mirismela. So we are now gonna go on board with Muffin into his first flying lap. Third gear once again into turn 1, fifth gear now into the exit of the first couple of corners, seventh gear taking all over the curve into one of those. 8th gear, and now is gonna go lower in 7th gear, 6th gear for the next one. We're gonna go stay 6th gear into the end of sector 1, but is now going lower into 4th gear, up into 5th gear quickly. It's a 29.8 in first sector for Muffin, who now comes into DRS section and is gonna go. Let's see how fast can he go. I think he's also reaching similar, also the 330 kilometers per hour, similar to what we saw from Cool Guys. So I'm not sure if there's not any much of a difference between straight line speed between these two, but anyway, 330 is a really good straight line speed. Now coming into the final straight, and he's gonna meet a bit of traffic there, but it's not gonna be an issue for him. Here comes Muffin into the final corner, and he's gonna go down into just 3rd gear for the braking, up into 4th gear quickly in the exit of the corner. 5th gear, 6th gear, now 7th gear, and coming into the line, and it's gonna be a 27.3 fastest lap of the session till now. 3 attempts faster than BB on 2nd place, and now the gap starts increasing in the battle for pole position. We of course have to also keep an eye on Paco, but he is already done a lap and it's only at 27.8, 5 times lower than his teammates. And at this point everyone has already set a lap except Magnomer Gelato, who is now racing for Ferrari. He's the full-time Ferrari driver. Still in the pit lane. Juventino is on a now lap, also a driver that didn't take part in last weekend's race. Gonna follow Juventino now into the start of his first flying lap. No, sorry, not his first, second flying lap. Third gear, I think he's not on a flying lap actually. Or is he? No, he is on a flying lap. But he spins there in sector 1. I also spun there in the pre-race show in my laps around Miami. And Arin is now in a terrible position, down into P18, but now he is on a flying lap trying to improve that, I think. There is a car there parked in the Castle section. Arin now improving 7 tenths. There is putting on a good lap that would place him around, well, at least out of the lower 5 drivers on this session, I guess. So here comes Arin into the final corner. Where is he gonna be placed after he completes this lap? Into a main straight he goes, and it's gonna be a 29.5, and it's not enough to take him out of the last 5 drivers in the grid. So Arin definitely lacking a lot of pace today. same as seemed to be from the Alpha Tauri drivers then on P17 and P19. Muffin leads now, and I think Mirismelov just improved and just misses, defeating Muffin by 15 thousandths of a second, which is a really close gap. Muffin is still in the pit lane, hasn't come out for his second run. Face Pantera now on a lap. We are gonna go on board with him. When I interviewed Cool Guy, he said he would be the man to beat, but he hasn't demonstrated that yet. And there goes a spinner from Face Pantera, and it's in the wall. And maybe rear wing damage, but it's definitely gotta be able to get that one fixed. Well, Face Pantera had a terrible race last weekend out of Australia, so definitely didn't show to be the man to beat for me, for what Cool Guy told me and the pre-race interviews of last weekend race. But we'll see, it's still a long season to go, anything can happen. Currently sits there on P5 on the grid. Arena now goes 6th fastest. And there's Ben in the wall. Cool Guy now improves into P3, it's 27.4, just attempts lower than the two drivers ahead of him, so once again the battle for pole position becomes a close fight again and not a domination by any driver at the moment at least. Muffin now 27.3, but Mirismelov is just there, also on a 27.3, just some thousandths is what separates them. Cool Guy, though almost 2 times lower, but still, it's not a big gap at all. Now BB is also on another flying lap. Let's see whether he can place that Alpine after he completes it. Coming into the end of Sector 2, into the Castle section. Oh, I'm sorry, I totally confused with Baku there. No, coming into the... oh no.